Hello everyone, welcome to Drishti IAS. Uttar Pradesh has released its district-wise local spending data, and in this session let us study the method that was used by UP to reach to this data, as this is important not just for Uttar Pradesh but for the entire country. So UP basically used the data from Household Consumption Expenditure Survey along with some auxiliary data to reach to this information. But before we dive into the details of the exact method used here, let us start with the basics. What do you understand by a consumption expenditure survey and who conducts it? So a consumption expenditure survey tells us about the consumption expenditure of households, and this is conducted by the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. It talks about the expenditure, the consumption expenditure of households on food items and non-food items. What will food items include? They include cereals, pulses, cooking oil, poultry, etc. And non-food items will have clothing, fuel, education, healthcare, footwear, etc. So the consumption expenditure survey basically tells us about the living standards of people in an area. It tells us how much are people spending. Are they spending more on food items or are they spending more on non-food items? For example, if in an area the non-food item consumption expenditure is very high, what does it tell you? It tells you that the food item requirement for that area has already been met. People are earning enough and they are consuming enough, they're spending enough, because first instinct will be to fulfill the food item requirement. So the food item requirements have been fulfilled and now they are moving towards a more luxurious lifestyle. They are fulfilling their non-food item requirements. So this area is more modernized, this area is more urbanized. That is why the data from consumption expenditure survey becomes very important. And this survey, the household consumption expenditure survey, gives us this data at a national level and state level, state-wise data and national data. It does not cover district-wise data. It only covers the national data and state level data because it is not even feasible to cover a district-wise data, and the sample size becomes very small at district levels. So this is why this is covered only at a national level and a state level. But UP needed this for districts. So UP needed information at a district level. So UP did something else. And why is it important basically? Why should you need information at a district level? Why do you need to go at a granular level? Because you need to implement policies that are data driven. You need to know the exact requirements or the exact needs of people living in an area. How urbanized is an area, how rural is an area, how modernized is an area, what kind of needs do the people in an area have. So you need data for all these things, and in order to make better policies for better governance, you need to have accurate data, and that is why it is important to have district level data. And what is the goal of UP at the moment? UP wants to become a $1 trillion economy by 2027. So in order to fulfill this, it becomes extremely important for Uttar Pradesh to get this information at the most granular level. And what is the goal of India? UP has a goal of 1 trillion. India has a goal of $5 trillion. So UP's goal is 1/5 of what India's goal is. This is a very ambitious goal. That is why in order to make better policies, UP needs to have this kind of data. In fact, a lot of major policies of the country are being implemented in Uttar Pradesh at the largest scale. And UP is the most populous state of the country. So it becomes very important for the country also to have accurate data from UP in order to fulfill its own ambitions of becoming a $5 trillion economy. That is why all these things are so important, and UP had to get this district level information. And in order to get the district level information, UP made use of small area estimation. Because what happened in household consumption expenditure survey, we got only national level data and state level data. some 2.6 lakh households were surveyed, and out of this 2.6 lakhs, only 30,000 were from UP. Now, if UP were to use only this data for districts, you will have to divide it with the current number of districts. If you divide it by 75, this will be somewhere around 400 households only. This is a very small sample size because UP is economically diverse also. Western UP is more industrialized, it is more urbanized, versus Eastern UP, it is more agriculture led. UP is economically also very diverse, and UP has the most population in the country. So this is a very small sample size. And even out of this 400, you will have to divide it into urban areas and rural areas. So even in that case, this will come down to some 150 or 200 households only per district. And this is a very small sample size to cater to a state that has the huge population. So that is why this was not working, like HCES was not working for UP, and UP made use of small area estimation. Now the small area estimation method is also of two types. You have Fay-Harriott model and spatial Fay-Harriott model. Now, under small area estimation, what do you use? Small area estimation makes use of auxiliary data also. So right now we had information from the household consumption expenditure survey that did not give us sufficient information about each household in the district. But for example, if we had information from other things, like we had information from the number of people who are insured under Ayushman Bharat program, or the number of people who have LPG collections, or the number of people who are below poverty line, or the number of people who are literate. So we have auxiliary information. We do not have the exact information that we're looking for, and the exact information here is that how much are the people spending in each district. We do not have that information. We need to derive that information. But in order to derive that information, we can make use of auxiliary information, relative information, and then we can reach to one conclusion. We're making use of data from other schemes, making use of data from other surveys, and then we are reaching out to our conclusion. This is what is being happening in the small area estimation method. And in the Fay-Harriott model, you are making use of auxiliary data only of that district. For example, if we talk about the Sonbhadra district, I need to calculate what is the consumption expenditure of households in Sonbhadra district. Now in the Fay-Harriott model, I'm going to make use of auxiliary data of the same district. Auxiliary data of Sonbhadra only. Auxiliary data like the poverty rates or the literacy rate, or how many people have LPG connections over here in Sonbhadra district only. And then I'm going to reach to a conclusion that this could be the average consumption expenditure in Sonbhadra district. This is happening in the Fay-Harriott model. Versus in the spatial Fay-Harriott model, I am making use of auxiliary data from nearby districts also, because there is a possibility that nearby districts are going to have similar consumption patterns. So I'm making use of Sonbhadra's data, and I'm also making use of the data of nearby districts, auxiliary data of nearby districts, and then I can reach to my conclusion that this could be the estimated consumption expenditure for Sonbhadra district. So this is more accurate. Spatial one is more reliable and more accurate. So the small area estimate model basically tells us that you can derive what you're looking for by making use of auxiliary information. You might not have the exact information, but you can have other information, and then you can derive the one that you are looking for. And under that, we have Fay-Harriott model and the spatial Fay-Harriott model. And the spatial Fay-Harriott model is more reliable because it is making use of nearby districts data also, and that is why we can reach to a better conclusion over here. So this is what Uttar Pradesh did. It made use of small area estimate model, especially the spatial Fay-Harriott model, and then it calculated the district-wise spending here. And if we look at the data, so we will see that in rural UP, the least amount of expenditure was happening in Sonbhadra district, then Chandauli, and then Mirzapur. And the most amount of expenditure, the highest expenditure was happening in Gautam Budh Nagar, then Bagpat and Meerut. India's average is 3,773, and Gautam Budh Nagar, Bagpat and Meerut all of these were higher. The expenditure here was higher than the national average. But UP's overall rural expenditure is lower than the national average because these three over here are very low in expenditure. So you see there's a lot of variation. Here it's 4,353. Here it is 2,337. There is a lot of variation when it comes to rural area, and this variation is even more when it comes to urban area. In urban areas, if you see the expenditure in Gautam Budh Nagar, because this is area that falls under NCR, it is 9,477, somewhere close to 10,000. The national average is 6,459 only, so it's way above the national average. And the lowest you see in Balia, which is 2,575. So the lowest is 2,500, the highest is almost 10,000. So the variation is huge, the gap is huge, which tells us that some areas are very less modernized, very less urbanized, or very less developed, and some areas are a lot urbanized and a lot modernized. So a lot of things need to be done here. This data is going to help us make better policies and implement them in a better way, because now we know exactly which area needs what kind of help, what kind of requirements are there in an area. So this expenditure survey becomes very important. Gautam Budh Nagar is followed by Gonda and then Bagpat, and in Balia, after Balia you have Ambedkar Nagar and Ghazipur. So this is the information that UP has released, and UP made use of what? The household consumption expenditure survey and the small area estimate method. By this it reached to a district-wise expenditure conclusion, and we could see that there is a huge variation or huge disparity between some districts in Uttar Pradesh. So UP needs to work a lot on its policies if it has to achieve its goal of becoming a $1 trillion economy. So that was all for today's video. I hope you understood whatever we discussed over here. Now, as always, let us look at a question for prelims. Consider the following statements regarding the household consumption expenditure survey. 1. It is conducted periodically by the National Statistical Office under the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. 2. The primary objective of the survey is to estimate household level consumption of goods and services, which is used for poverty estimation. 3. The survey is designed to provide reliable estimates at the district level across all states. 4. Small area estimation methods are used when direct estimates from the survey sample are statistically insufficient at smaller geographic units. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 and 2 only, 1, 2 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 4 only, 2 and 4 only. Please attempt this question and provide your answers in the comment section, and we will meet in a new video. Thank you for watching.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.